My name is Juan Gallo, and originally I was born in Medellin, Colombia, but I grew up here in Miami. Heart2Heart started 12 years ago. It was founded by a gentleman by the name of Sean Steepleton. Sean is one of the trustees of the Stacy Foundation, and the Stacy Foundation is accredited to starting a lot of other nonprofits in South Florida and even up the East Coast. However, Heart2Heart was unique to the Stacy Foundation in that Sean actually founded Heart2Heart. And he did this after spending a summer. He came and volunteered here locally at a Ralph Marinson nursing home. The way he tells the story is that he was impressed with the reaction of the seniors when he had to go back home for college. But that actually turned into more of a passion, which ended up turning into Heart2Heart, which is a nonprofit that provides hope, shares love, and restores purpose to the aging population. And the way we do that is that we connect, advocate, respond, and engage to the needs of the seniors by mobilizing volunteers. So last year, for example, we served about 7,500 seniors, and we trained about 850 or so volunteers.
My name is Antonella, and I live in Davie, Florida. I became interested with Heart2Heart when I read their job description. I looked at their website, and there was a statistic that 60% of seniors at a center don't get any visitors from family or friends. And I just was shocked, and I could relate because I worked with seniors in California, and I thought, I'm a people-oriented person. This is the perfect fit for me.
Antonella, we call her Antolama because she loves llamas. But Antonella is amazing. She moved to Florida, we interviewed her, and since then she's just kind of fitted like a glove because, you know, what her main position is to recruit volunteers, train them, and then mobilize them. But typically when she mobilizes them, they are working with activities directors in centers, and who better than someone who's already done that, right, and understands it.
I learned about Lincoln Properties Tell Your Story competition through the emails that we receive as residents, and I automatically thought Heart2Heart is a perfect fit for this because of what it does. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. I feel like there's very little representation of seniors, of the aging community, programs where it's very people-centered, very companionship-based, services where people have the ability to connect to a senior, and the bonds that are created from each of the programs, the stories that we hear, is unlike something I've ever heard, and I'm like, this is perfect. Like, everybody needs to know Heart2Heart.
We have our flagship program, which will never go away, right? Which is what we call CARE. This is when our volunteers will go into a person's home or into a care center and provide that face-to-face visit. We have what we call Care Tech now. We've received a grant last year to buy 250 iPads. So we also provide training for Care Tech. We do something called Age My Way and Back to the Future, where we'll talk to seniors at different neighborhoods about how to safely navigate the internet. And then the other one is called Food for Hope. So Food for Hope, in partnership with John Offerdahl from the Miami Dolphins, him and his wife Lynn have been kind enough to provide nutritious meals. And then what we do is we take those meals, we identify people in the community that live alone, and then we take those meals, but the idea is that they're not just kind of a drop-off meal. The volunteers are only usually doing 2 drop-offs so that they can spend time with that senior. The programs that I've mentioned are our funded programs, and then we kind of have all these branched out programs that are creative ways that either teenagers or adults can find ways to let a senior know that they're being cared for. One of those ways is making arts, right? We have a younger volunteer who does crocheting, and so we'll put those in maybe a goodie bag along with some personalized cards. And they're all personalized, not to the person, but they have a personal message in there to that senior, letting them know that someone is thinking of them.
I am so thankful for Lincoln Properties because this is an amazing opportunity to be able to just not only connect and to your community and the residents that are here, but also hear their stories. I think it says a lot about where their heart is. It says a lot about what they value, and it's great to have been a part of that.
A way for businesses, organizations like LPC to help with initiatives and projects that are coming up is just by getting involved. One of them is by raising awareness. Another way is by people volunteering. You don't necessarily need to volunteer directly with us here in the Tri-County area, but you can go and impact a senior's life right in your neighborhood.
Yes, this
It's
one.
so easy.
Yeah.
Running into LPC the way we did with someone making a video for us and then us being kind of winning that #1 spot. Those are the kind of stories that we love to tell because they're unexpected. You know, they happen naturally. It's because someone out there knows of us and they're passionate about us. And really just the gift that LPC made in contribution, really those kind of gifts are, for me, is what gets me excited about showing up the next day, knowing that there are seniors that are being loved because other people are being generous enough so that we can continue to work. So we are forever grateful for what LPC is doing.